Z for eminywizard.com and marketwizards.com. Reminding traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose if you're playing this game. And we're going to take a look at the what I call a psychic vision predictive model. And that's because this has got a seeing eye. It can tell us where logical pivots are and logical pivot zones. So we are at the very top of this framing. And normally stocks, if you're using this model, stocks, you're going to be thinking of back here at this 73 as the key resistance. But we have found that the E-mini works much better to use the back two as the resistance zones rather than just be too aggressive. So reading this chart, this is your middle pivot right there. And above that, market is bouncing, and below that, market is trying to find support. And once we get into this middle flight, this is the resolution is who comes out the top or the bottom. If we come out the top of the pipe, then step by step, you're looking for that 54 area. Then you're looking for this 63 to 62s. Right, yesterday was 61. Then you're looking next one up, 73 and a half. Remember I suggested there were several reasons why I had that target last night. I said 73, 75 is destined. And I go to bed and wake up and guess what? And this 83 area, we've said let's use that 92s, and here's why. Basis this system, this 92 is the back end. So we're going to use that for our resistance target. Simple as that, step by step. So the question becomes, now what? Now what do you do? And the system takes this and just will change these pivots. And I will do that off camera just to save a little time. And then we'll have a new setup, because you have to adjust. If the market moves in a certain direction, then you got to, if you fall off the page, you got to put another page, staple another page to it. So the system adjusts, but it also says make sure you're paid by this first. So take a minute and I'll just adjust that. Now adjusting this has produced this type of a chart based on today's calculations, with the idea that we can still go up a little bit higher to get to the back end. And this should be our base support back here. And the flipper actually will be at 73 and a half. Right there. According to today's calculation, because the range was bigger, I left it on the previous one, but now I'm using today's calculation, and it suggests that first things first, you've got to get up past that 92, 93 area. And then we've got several other levels up here, including just over 28. The next one is 97. So that's why we said let's use that potentially as resistance next. And this is easy enough to do. We've got the spreadsheet that just spits it out, takes the ranges and says, okay, here's what we should be doing. And the normal low that's calculated should be this 54 area right in here. And the extreme low based on this calculation is back here at 44. 44.14 to be exact. And that's why this morning we focused a bit on this 73, 72. We said this is going to be a very key area. And that was the overnight high, remember? So these traders still trapped back here. So it tells me that we can still get a bit higher, but realistically, we're starting to push the envelope. So we want to be conservative with expectations long side. And then other things that you see, if you want to put them on a chart, just do it. When you see things like 3 points on the chart, typically a little more conservative angle is going to be back over in here. And the farther you go, the harder it is to really understand trend lines, but you just want to get a general idea. Is there a channel that you see? And if so, then put it on. And then I try to tighten them up while I can. And you can see this pattern of whack-a-mole that we talked about today. Probably get whack-a-mole. Higher highs and higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And we said this morning for sure, don't think about a big plunge, but also don't think about a big push long side either. So I think pretty well we've got the range that we had expected would be in for now. And I think surprises to the upside are just that, surprises. And if you're trailing and you want a bit more, fine. But we're at that point. Don't give back 5 or 6 points just to make a couple more. And spread your trades out. You should think about going sidelines, take a walk, take your lunch, don't overdo things. Come back and then trade a little bit later. And if you've already got your VIG for the day, my heavens, don't need to do anything now.